and also as a playground element as well as a seat, which is situated not in a playground. It decentralizes the playground element, which is usually in one corner of the park.
As part of LFA 2022, we unveiled 5 new benches in the Royal Docks as part of the Pews and Perches design competition with the Royal Docks team. Now in its 3rd edition, this series of 5 benches aims to improve London public realm, celebrate emerging architectural talent, and connect people with the buildings and spaces around them. We caught up with each of the winning designers to find out the story behind the benches. Here, Alcina and Benjamin tell us about their bench, Cell Phone.
My name is Alcina and this is Ben, and together we're Lo², and we have designed Cell Phone. So we were inspired by the cultural heritage of the site, so we researched into the cultural heritage and elements along the Royal Docks.
We found out the theme of maritime played a major role in the Docks character, so we knew that the form of a ship was the obvious answer. The LV-95 Lightship, which was located at the Trinity Buoy Wharf, stood out to us because of its bright, engaging red colour, which incites playfulness, which was what we wanted to incorporate into our bench design. The talking tubes were also integrated into our design as it was an activity which multiple generational people could enjoy. It's also fitting with its maritime theme, since talking tubes were used on actual ship to communicate between decks.
We also wanted the design to link to the community design principles, so it's multifunctional as a playground element and also as a seat. Because of the speaking tubes, it's a multi-sensory experience as well, and also because of its abstract shape as the Trinity Buoy Wharf Lightship, it reflects the living heritage of the site.
So the color of our bench inspired by the Lightship located at the Trinity Buoy Wharf, and the color, which is the red, bright red color, we thought that was engaging and it's quite eye-catching, and it also incites playfulness.
Yeah, originally we wanted to use an old boat as a basis for the bench. However, because of the high price of an actual boat, we decided to use an abstract shape of a boat and use timber instead. And after the use of the bench, we hoped that it could be resituated in another park, which could also be used as a playground element, or it could be dismantled and the timber could be used for something else.
The main idea of what we wanted to do was like connect the community together and hopefully get more social interaction going. This is quite important in today's society, like since COVID-19 just happened.
Yeah, and also as a playground element as well as a seat, which is situated not in a playground, it decentralizes the playground element, which is usually in one corner of the park, to the rest of the park. We really wanted a multi-generational kind of element to it, so to connect people together, especially after COVID-19. People have been quite isolated, so it's great that if we could use this bench to make people play together and use it together, we hope that it can ignite the togetherness that we used to have.
One of the reasons why I wanted to do this competition and why I entered into this competition is because the Royal Dockland is actually one of my favorite places in London. I know I shouldn't be doing this when I was like a kid, but I used to bunk music school, and I used to take like the local bus to Canning Town, and I just used to walk there for hours, just in awe of like how clean and how beautiful is the architecture. So it's a privilege for me to actually contribute into a place where I absolutely love.
Thanks for listening to this conversation. If you've enjoyed the conversation and would like to listen to more like this, search for Building Sounds on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you find your favourite podcast.